to Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly, humble public servant and all-around good guy. Dave Cackley's over there. He's kind of Dave.
What? Yeah.
Well, you know, I understand there's a lunchbox debacle.
Yeah, we don't know where Max's lunchbox is. It's I got a text from Alexa. We don't know where it is. It's
Boy.
I don't know. It's a mystery. Kid loses a lot. I used to lose stuff when I was a kid, like all the time. This kid loses something. I mean, I don't know how many like thermoses he's lost, socks, shoes.
Right. My question is this: Do you know what's on his lunchbox?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You don't know the theme of the lunchbox?
No, he's had a number of different lunchboxes.
Okay.
That's not one of those things I generally pay attention to.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know.
What was your favorite lunchbox when you were a kid?
Mine. Was it Batman? Did I have a Batman one? I know you had a Kiss lunchbox.
I did have a Kiss lunchbox.
You were like 7.
That was awesome.
I think mine was. I want to say Batman. It had a bunch of superheroes on it. I think Catwoman was on it too.
Oh, so maybe like the Super Friends.
I think it was Super Friends, maybe.
Something.
That was the only one that I had that had like that was like a theme. Otherwise, it was just like I would brown bag it.
Would you?
Because you got to a point, I think it was like right around third or fourth grade, where it was too it was kind of, you don't want to have a themed lunchbox. You just like brown paper sack was cooler.
And you know, hindsight being 2020, because I went to a small Catholic school in Belmont, Assumption.
So you had to have the Pope on your lunchbox.
Well, no, we didn't have the Pope on our lunchbox. But why not? What a moneymaker, right?
Crucified Christ on there.
Excuse me. You know what I honestly kind of miss?
What?
Our small grade school lunches. They were phenomenal.
I will say this: the food was garbage for the most part, aside from the pizzas. The pizzas were good.
Right.
Everything else was awful, but the portion sizes were perfect.
See.
It was the perfect portioned lunch for an elementary school kid, aside from the fact that the food was awful.
Right. See, but you went to public schools.
Yeah. See, you went to Catholic school.
I went to the private Catholic schools. We had these lunch ladies back in there. Every day was homemade bread. Every day homemade, and it could have been like homemade nice white bread. It could have been artisan bread, like zucchini bread or something great. So every day there was loaves and loaves and loaves of this stuff.
But did they give you the body of Christ bread?
No, none of that.
They give you that? Okay.
Then they'd always have some kind of main dish made up that was just. We never got hamburger helper when I was a kid, so that was always a big hit at school. And we got something along that line. Oh, it was so good.
Glory days.
You know what lunch is usually? Either A, I have no time, or B, I have no money. So C, I get no lunch.
You know what I eat at lunch a lot? I've been doing this a lot. It's usually one of two places. There's this because I go over, do the manual labor over at the custom countertop. Get my hands dirty. A man of the people. There's this pizza place. It sells pizza, $1.50 a slice.
Yeah.
Joe's Pizza. That's pretty good. Oh, or if I'm going the high protein, low carb route, I get the bacon, sausage, and scrambled eggs from Mr. Burger.
Okay.
I mean, I always know exactly, and I go in there because I get the same thing when I'm in there. I get it to go. And
Mr. Burger, huh?
Boom. Mr. Burger, you get the scrambled egg, you get the protein breakfast.
You're starting to tip that scales to the old man stuff.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Burger.
What about it?
That's right up there with Russ's.
There's nothing wrong with Russ's. Has good
nothing
meatloaf.
at all. I'm just simply saying.
Russ's has good meatloaf, high quality.
Of course it does.
I love being the youngest person at either Russ's or Mr. Burger. It's great. It's fantastic.
And in there, you're a high dollar tipper.
Yes, they're
everywhere else. You're the cheapest bastard on the planet.
They're just plain folk there. Okay. Once again, a man of the people. That's what I am.
Roll some news.
All right, let's do it. State of Union address is on hold due to the government shutdown. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says President Trump can't deliver his speech until after the shutdown ends. Sources say Trump will not look for an alternative venue. It was speculated that Lansing was offered up. There was some speculation that he would do it on the Senate floor. I think this is a good sign, him not looking for a venue. I think there is a deal in the works. both of these bills, neither of these bills are going to pass, but I think the government's going to reopen within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. Absolutely. Because otherwise, Trump would pull a Trump move, which is, I'm going to deliver this. Either he would do it online or he'd do it on the Senate floor and just go off. That would be a total Trumpian move.
Right.
But I think there's a deal in the works where the wall gets built and there's going to be something extra for either for DACA or like extra protection for maybe a couple of more years, and or federal employees are going to get a couple of months extra pay in addition to being reimbursed what they've lost. I think that's a possibility too.
I guess we'll see.
Like for your trouble, be an extra 2 months.
To me, it seems like it was a loss for Trump.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It's without question, it's a political loss there. That's why I think there's a deal coming. Okay, I'm going to take this one. You're going to down the road. You're going to give me money for the wall, and I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
And I think it'll end up being one of those win-win, lose-lose, depending on your viewpoint. It's not going to make everybody happy, but you're going to get some protections, like I said, for DACA, and I think federal employees are going to get a little extra. And I think because there's no way the government reopens without money for a border wall. There's no chance. He won't do it because it would be political suicide. Anyway, what else is going on? This story was specifically for you.
I'm all ears.
And for me too.
Okay.
A movie prequel to The Sopranos will feature the son of late actor James Gandolfini. 19-year-old Michael Gandolfini is set to play the young Tony Soprano. The movie, titled The Many Saints of Newark, will explore the life of the young mobster in the 1960s. I hope this is good.
Yes.
Hopefully it overcomes the horrible end of that show. But I think there's a lot of pressure on James Gandolfini's kid. I've never seen this guy in anything.
Me either.
But hey, you've got to portray the young version of your dad. The most iconic, one of the most iconic roles in the history of TV.
Right.
And you've got, there's
but
a lot
here's the
of
thing
pressure
too.
on this.
You got to keep in mind that we're going back a few years, and the character of Tony Soprano doesn't necessarily have to be all that developed as this guy's a kid. He could be.
That's a good point.
He could be kind of a jackass,
Right, exactly.
So
we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I hope he's really good. I'm really
sure he will be.
For this kid. Yeah, obviously, James Gandolfini died. What was it? I know he was 51 when he died, so it wasn't that old.
It's been a while, and it's been a while since he's been gone too. Yeah.
So I think, but like I said, hopefully this. I haven't seen a release date yet on this movie, but I'm really looking forward to it. Should be. Hopefully, it's good.
But did you know that Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet's coming out on DVD next month?
Yeah.
Speaking of release dates.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah. It's weird. I really thought Max would have been more into seeing that, but like I said, he wanted to see Creed 2, so we saw Creed 2.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Well, I actually was more interested in seeing Wreck-It Ralph 2 than.
Well, why didn't you go see that?
Because he wanted to see the
Who's in charge?
To the Apollo. Well, I wanted to see the Apollo movie too, and I wanted to do because I was looking out for. He was like, "You want? Okay, son, here we go. We'll go. I'll buy some overpriced popcorn. Here's some. Here's a big, huge, giant Coke. So when you go back to Mom's house, you won't sleep for 12 hours." Just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
Anyway. Finally, a contractor has been hired to help manage pre-construction on a proposed convention center in Muskegon. Clark Construction, based in Lansing, will be paid a little over $38,000 for pre-construction on a 45,000 square foot facility on 4th Street and Western Avenue. The $17 million project does not have a confirmed end date. I think this is a good deal. I guess they're going to upgrade the Holiday Inn there. That's going to be, I believe, like a Marriott, like a higher end Marriott.
Yes.
And that'll be a great location along the lake.
What are we going to do about places for you to stay when you get here?
Oh, I'll stay at the Marriott down there.
You can afford that?
Yeah, I'll have to roll some quarters.
Big time.
Maybe
Whoa.
might have to work a few extra hours. I might not be able to just do pro bono work.
Look at you, big timer. Yes, I'll be staying at the Marriott. Could you point me in that direction, please?
What? Oh, come on. me a break. I mean, I've said this before. I'm poor. I'm not destitute.
I'm wasted on Western Avenue, and I can't find the tallest building. Could you please point me in that direction?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Hey, I'm a Scotchman now. Scotchmen do not get wasted.
Okay.
We get a little bit of a buzz on, and then we take our cane and we walk.
Yeah.
Boldly down the street.
I will never forget that night. Oh,
dude, that was forever. That was like a decade ago.
It might have even been more than that.
About 10, 11 years ago. Whatever night that Halloween fell on. I don't remember.
Dressed up as a priest.
Yeah.
By day, you're out selling vacuum cleaners. By night, you're dressed up as a priest. You're so drunk you can't even find the Holiday Inn on Western Avenue. Oh, your life. Your life.
What? Hey, that was then. I have grown from that experience. I'm not, I'm not the late 30s ne'er-do-well I was back in the day.
Right.
All right. Sports, the Red Wings were off. Pistons have beaten Nollins in 98-94. Sparty on the road to face 19th-ranked Iowa at Carver Hawkeye Arena tonight. Tip-off for that, 7 o'clock. That's sports.
Have yourself a great Thursday.
See ya.